Welcome to Explain America. I'm your host, Kyle Becker. Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom is in an awkward position. He is definitely running for president in 2028, but he has to somehow pivot to the middle while not conceding that he has failed as a governor in the Golden State. Well, at a press conference, it got a little too close for comfort for Gavin, and you're going to have to see how he handles this extremely awkward situation about the violent crime that has gripped several of California's major cities. But before we get into this, please like, share, and comment Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Well, California Governor Gavin Newsom, he likes to see himself as a slick operator. He has his polished talking points, and he has this suave persona that he tries to project. It comes across to some people as, clean and professional, but to others it just comes across as slimy and fake. And we're getting to see how Gavin Newsom, well, when he's outside of his comfort zone, when he's outside of the Democrat media bubble that tries to protect him and his fellow Democrats, well, things can get a little awkward for him. Well, at a press conference, he was confronted about a very strange thing. Gavin Newsom has tried to tell Donald Trump, well, it's unnecessary for him to send National Guard help to some of these cities like Los Angeles for the Olympics, for example, that's coming up in the city. And he has tried to make a big show out of, well, everything is fine. All is well. It's like the famous scene from Animal House, right? But here's the problem. When a reporter confronts him about this seemingly contradictory position he's taken where everything's fine in terms of violent crime in California, but he's also surging law enforcement across the state, well, hilarity ensues. Watch this.
Red states that you say are higher, and at the same time, we're here because you're surging law enforcement across the state. So, do you believe that crime is a problem in California or not?
Well, sort of a curious question. I made the entire point that crime's an issue and we want to tackle it, and we continue to do more in that space, and we announced and highlighted some of the expansion. What is not contradictory, respectfully, is that we're doing it in partnership with our local communities. We did it in partnership with the Biden administration prior. We're not talking about the nationalization, the militarization of the Guard and militarizing United States cities. So quite the contrary.
Thank you, everyone.
Trafficking, is that, not to get specific, but trafficking in this area.
All right, everybody, move along.
Well, that's right, Gavin Newsom. He really did not like that question, and you could tell by his pushback against the reporter and, closed up shop at the press conference, and that was it for him for the day. But there are some really funny things about the position that Gavin Newsom is in, given that he's trying to make himself have a more prominent role in national politics. He's obviously running for president. He can deny it all he wants. He sees himself as being groomed for this position. Although in the past, his sort of politics does not play outside of the far left, deep blue states. And recently, he had a very funny thing where he was moving his hands a lot, doing jazz hands in the video. And Donald Trump, he called him out for it. So watch this.
He's a nice guy, looks good. Hi, everybody. How you doing? He's got some strange hand action going. I don't know what the hell his problem is. It's a little weird, to be honest. There's a little something shaky going on there.
Well, it gets even funnier. One of his gimmicks that you might remember where he was trying to mock the MAGA store and the, Trump was right hats and the MAGA hats. Well, it's funny because someone actually sent a bunch of hats to Gavin Newsom. I don't think he appreciated it very much. In fact, watch him freak out here about it.
You're not saying you think Republicans are going to stop?
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
Don't give me. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house.
Well, it's really funny watching Donald Trump go toe-to-toe with Gavin Newsom. And Newsom obviously is having to walk back his far-left positions to try to posture for 2028, try to look like he's a sensible governor. But he is in charge of a failed state. I'll give you an example. Remember when the Chinese communists came to San Francisco and they cleaned it up overnight? Well, this just tells you what a Potemkin village Gavin Newsom is running there. And it can only really succeed with the media's complicity. But here at Explain America, we're going to give you the real story. Gavin Newsom knows that there's violent crime in California and that he could use help, but he is having to posture for a presidential run, and that makes for some very awkward moments in the press. So please share your comments and your thoughts about this story. We appreciate hearing from you.